Hello everybody, welcome back once more to Lucid9. I'm TheOutbackAl.
I'm Hot for Justice.
I'm Yin&Jung.
And I'm Chippin' Noob.
And we're currently sitting in Mr. This guy's office, because we just had a therapy session about our childhood and how we met people, and then they left us, and we were all broken inside. And now, we're leaving because we're done talking about stuff. We're closed off.
What?
Thanks for confiding in me.
Cool beans.
Cool.
Just know that what you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry that you had trauma. You had that trauma.
I'm sorry too. It's fine. I got over it. Or did we? I'd like to go on, or I'd like to go now. If that's okay.
If you're sure.
I'm not sure of anything.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, I'd like you to watch me while I'm sleeping. That way, in case I start sleepwalking and turning into a murderer, or there's like a Tyler Durden situation going on.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Sure,
That was an inside thought.
Sure you don't want a lollipop?
No thanks.
Are you hitting on me? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but thanks.
Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription.
Ooh, what you got? Prescription? Seriously? And then I actually look at it. 1 bucket of ice cream to be eaten guilt-free. Oh.
As far as the administration knows, this is totally a legitimate treatment.
Do I get this for free from, like, the cafeteria? Because I'm down for this.
Ice cream is one of the core groups in the food pyramid, you know.
Is it?
He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Mr. Risotto, and thanks for listening. I might just call him that.
Anytime.
I exit Mr. Risotto's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. We're getting ice cream.
Ice cream!
I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy really will be beneficial.
Go to therapy, kids.
Yup. Deciding to take this prescription to heart, I head straight to the downtown shopping area. Let's see another bus crash.
Oh no.
With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather, beautiful cloudless skies, the slight... Does anyone else notice any big white things in the sky? Clouds.
Oh, yeah.
Just, it's not reflective of what's being said. The slightest hint of a cool breeze. You?
You!
For half a second, I thought that was like someone we already know in like the sky.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, do we know who this person is?
I think it's new.
This might be Chibs.
Maybe.
This is just a go in. I don't know.
Okay. Well, someone's gotta read this stuff.
Oh right, that's me. I was like, who is this guy? Okay. A girl careens from around the car. I was like, you were looking at me. I'm like, I'm not voicing it. I can't do it. Nearby crashes, nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she tips her newsboy cap over her forehead, studying me with an intensity that could rival an electron microscope. Me? Could you give them like a New York accent? I feel like they could be in Newsies. Maybe it's Crutchy.
You want me to do my New Jersey accent?
Yeah, why not? You knows?
Okay.
Get your Joey Wheeler on. Did you guys watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
A little
Okay,
bit.
there you go.
Yes, you. An idyllic, unleaded civilian. Perfect.
Perfect. A hint of a satisfied smile tugs at her lips. For what must be the 100th time today, I feel a keen sense of impending doom.
Respond to my questions with either yes or no.
Maybe.
Do not deviate, do not invent, and for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle.
Perhaps.
First, am I correct in assuming that you are an academy student?
You know what they say about assuming. You must have the wrong person. I've never seen you before.
How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria I have set in my approach?
I'm not sure what we're talking about here.
I am not mistaken. You are my target.
She's the murderer! It doesn't take a genius to sense that this girl means trouble. I decide to conveniently ignore her and step around her. She only steps with me, blocking my path again. Oh great, I can sense where this is going.
as I envisaged. Subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize basic cognitive functions.
Hey, those are a lot of words where I'm pretty sure you're insulting me. Talk about uncalled for, abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loosed. Maybe I should call the hospital, see if they have a runaway mental patient.
Dang.
But she's not wearing hospital clothing. Or clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but...
Kid.
Yeah, you look like a kid. The pleasant, cool air suddenly develops a rather harsh chill. She must be in one of those phases. Just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother.
No, she's probably just 24 and looks like she's 12.
Anime. I'll bite a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up to some random stranger and insult them.
Truly, your idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I had previously surmised.
Oh. What would you do if you met someone like this on the street? Who just said you didn't have regular cognitive function and that you're an idiot, all within the span of about 2 minutes?
Walk away.
Yeah, I would walk away. There's no way I'd still be talking to her.
Keeps going, I might spit. I don't know. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my face.
Shigure Enomoto, freelance detective.
Ah, a dick.
Legally certified.
I can say that. That's a term for detective, so.
Legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and, if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind bat.
Okay. Those are a lot
So,
of things.
you're a blind dick.
And you shall note that I am 26
Holy
years
crap,
of age.
it's older than you thought.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you have the body of a 10-year-old?
Well, I was just going off of me.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I apologize. I have to make an adjustment real quick. Just read for me.
Wait. What? You're 26?
Unless you presume to imply that you are deaf as well as dumb, I suggest.
But you're so short!
Excuse you?
I practically feel ice crystals forming in the air.
Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than short of cerebral matter, as seems to be your tendency.
And I'd be out at this point, just like, alright, go fuck yourself. Ouch, not a bad blow. But wait.
There's more.
If you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I have to go to the police station, do I get excused absences from class?
Ellipses. I see no need to reverse your expectation that you will be taking the unexcused absences as they are.
Damn it.
Consider it an inevitability similar to your clinical What?
Yeah, she's Sherlocking us right now. She's like looking at everything about us and she's just like, she's a mentalist or something. I don't know.
To your clinical
Super-
depression.
And that stops me. What? How could you possibly, what would even make her think something like that?
You might as well carry a sign.
Oh.
From your uniform, you are a student at the academy.
Okay, that's easy to figure
From
out.
the fact that you're wearing it, you attended school this morning.
Okay, well that's obvious.
From your presence in town rather than in class, you are, as I believe they call it, playing hooky.
Well, that's just a time of day thing.
From that prescription slip, you are enrolled in the recently developed therapy method that the academy has been boasting.
Okay, that's a little observant.
From your fairly normal physicality and social skills, your problem is most likely clinical depression or something like high-functioning autism.
Well, joke's on you. It's a prescription for ice cream.
From,
Okay, I get it. You're a detective.
and I'm impressed, but not pretending to be.
No,
But
she's not saying
pretending not to
she's
be.
impressed. She's saying we're impressed.
Oh, and you're impressed, but pretending not to be.
I'm annoyed is what I am. It is pretty impressive. The observations themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find. Which, of course, kind of just makes her even more annoying. I relax a little, oddly relieved that she hadn't actually secretly researched me.
Now, it is your turn.
Oh, right, we walk away. My turn.
Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation?
Well, I would say that school is probably pretty tough for you. Probably not easy to get a date when you look 10. Again, sorry. I'm trying to rip this person a hole. I'm
I
not.
did get a boyfriend at one point.
Okay.
You're just real body shaming right now.
It's all I have to work on.
I invite you
Unless I want to go after the fact that she's probably a hipster.
I invite you to give your brain some much needed exercise.
They get off on people trying to, I don't know, mock them or something.
A hipster.
But I'm wearing it ironically. That gets close to firing me up. Close. Sorry, but I have my therapist's instructions to follow. Unless you have any actual business for me, I'd appreciate it if you let me alone. I step around her again. This time she doesn't move. But just as I think that I'm home free, I hear a soft whisper drifting from behind me.
Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than inconsequential pawn in this game of life?
What?
Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her?
I quietly stop. Turn around slowly. Tell me how you know that, right now.
I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations.
Are we playing a minigame? Fine, she wants to play it that way. Let her play it that way. Time to focus.
What is this?
Oh, we're getting focused. I'll start with her clothes, her body language, the circumstances. I feel like if we just I feel like the natural progression as just a film would kind of go. We would start with the most obviously notable things, and it gets more impressive as you keep going down. So starting with the clothes is very easy. Then onto the body language, but onto the circumstances. The most interesting thing is why you're here talking to me, and blah blah blah. I feel like we're about to go Sherlock. Unlike the standard professional wear I might expect of a law enforcement agent, she's dressed comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. Or dick. They also haven't been ironed in a while, which means either she doesn't care or she's a workaholic, possibly a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims king, conscious or unconscious association to her egotism. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she dresses so casually and expect people to take her seriously. With her height and her clothes, is it any wonder that she's often mistaken for a kid? And one more thing bothers me. She wears comfortable-looking clothes, which I previously assumed were for efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals in high heels is a stupid idea. And yet, something stands out. Glasses and hoodie, hat and jeans.
Her hat and her jeans, jeans aren't really conducive to running. They get sweaty real easily. Her hat would fly off. Why are you wearing it?
It's a disguise. I think the glasses and the...
Because if you're going to be chasing after people...
Here's the thing. Most detectives, they don't tend to chase after people that often, I don't think. They're mostly like, I'm going to go to this place and find out this thing and then report all my stuff.
But if you do come across someone who wants to run, more than likely, you're going to give chase.
What votes we got going on here? I'm kind of leaning glasses and hoodie myself.
I think the hat's kind of funky, so...
Okay, that's two
because
for hat.
I feel like detectives have glasses, you know?
Alright, hat and jeans then.
Alright.
Right, hats are a pain to run with because unless you keep your... You played this a little bit, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
This is just me thinking of this logically.
Unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, or just generally be obnoxious. And the jeans are too tight to opt for flexibility. Running in those would either be very uncomfortable or very, very embarrassing. That's why I wear loose-fitting jeans. I could run in these. Which implies that she just dresses how she wants to. Definitely a very headstrong individual. Yeah, but she's a hipster, I knew it. If she doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with her job, then is she purposefully choosing it to aggravate others, to announce her individualism? It would match her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. free-spirited, rebellious, and as I suspect from how she's shamelessly pulling me aside for no reason, guided more by her heart than her head despite her intellect. So, Veronica Mars, I guess? Did anyone watch that?
No.
Am I the only one? Alright. Not bad. Next I should think about her body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls who let it lie more on one side of their hip than the other. Even weight on both feet almost sounds like a fighting stance, formal posture. I was gonna say fighting stance, personally.
Yeah.
She seems relaxed, but with that bright-eyed look of someone expecting danger around every corner. That kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe in self-defense at one point, for a while from the looks of it. I'd like to guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Well, actually, you can tell. This is a little bit of information for you. You can kind of tell if when people have been in like a lot of fights or fist fights or something, because when they break their knuckles, all their fingers start to like end up being like the same length a little bit whenever they like have their fists unclenched. Okay then, maybe I should think about this a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasizes emoting on a huge scale, roaring in victory, bawling in defeat, the works. Not only that, but limbs are trained more for gross motor skills than fine motor skills. On the contrary, Shigure, is that where we're going with this?
Shigure.
Shigure has very tight control over her hands, almost to the point where she seems stiff, which likely points to something high control, like ballet, or archery, or a more subtle martial arts like Wing Chun. Well, that still didn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on.
To the circumstances.
I've noticed that when Shigure moves, she primarily tends to use her
Right hand.
Right hand's on her hip, so.
Yeah, I was thinking, how would we
Wait,
know?
which hand did she grab her hat with?
Did they have that picture?
Yeah, it was like this.
We can't rewind right now.
I'm gonna say right hand. It's because it's on her.
Wait. I almost feel like it was kind of blocking her face.
Well, you know what? I think we'll just have to figure out what it was next time and see if we can determine a little bit more about this person, if they're right-handed or left-handed. This is gonna be so important, I'm sure. Bye.
Bye.